Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, December the 20th. It has been a crazy year. Been a tough year to trade. Still a good year, but it's been much tougher than normal. And it looks like we're going to end the year kind of in the same way with who knows what and a tough market. If you didn't see the market today, then we had a pretty pretty amazing sell-off here, just out of the blue. We're up and away. Let me move this out of the way and I'll show you. At the open, up and away here, we got to 48.30, which is kind of a weird place to turn, and then from 48.30 down to 47.40. 43. So that is a a long way down. And I had room session. I was answering questions. I was doing trades. I didn't really have a chance to look, but I didn't see anything any news, to account for this. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see anything other than maybe some profit taking. This is the ES we're looking at here. So that's a pretty good size move in the ES. The Dow was down about 475 points, and Nasdaq was down about 235. So pretty good move down. And is that overdone, or is that the start of something bigger, or what? So let's take a look at it, put it in perspective here, and see if we can make heads or tails out of it. So if we look at a 10-day, a 10-day chart here off of the low 4,500, I mean, this has been just blazing lightning speed up. And, again, we gave a good bit of it back today. But I want to show you something. So let's do a 20-day chart. And this was chopping. Again, this is ES, but we're chopping, waiting on the Fed right there. It's when the Fed, right there, that's when the Fed, it was anticipation that the Fed was going to not cut rates and then talk, be dovish and talk about rate cuts and all that kind of stuff. And basically, that's what's gotten us up to here. So it makes sense that we sell off, get a little profit taking, all that kind of stuff. But again, let's put this in a little bit longer time frame, and I want to show you something. Let's switch this over. I'm just going to do simple moving averages here, and let me switch this over to SPX, get a cleaner chart, and take a look at this. So if we look at the SPX, now this is off that low at 40, look at this, 41, that's 4,100. And we're at 40, almost 4,800, 47.78, 22 points away, right? But if you notice, this is simple moving averages here. This is a 21-day moving average. This blue is an 8-day simple moving average. So all that period of time, we touched the 8-day there. We touched it here a couple times. We're touching here. So this is month after month after month. That's all we got as far as a pullback. So does this spook me and make me think we're going to spiral out of control down here? No, not really. Again, if you look at this, this has kind of been the case. Again, all of the sell-off, we turned right here and we never looked back, and we touched it. We touched this blue line, for lack of a better word. It's an 8-day moving average, but we touched it once, twice, 3 times, right? And we needed this, right? We needed this is kind of like the pressure relief valve or something. You got to blow off a little steam in order to then continue higher. Now, sure, we could come back down here, to the 21 there. That would make sense. I don't know. We typically or traditionally start the Santa rally next week, all next week, if you look at historical data. So this might be exactly, we've been talking about this for really the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, if you listen to any videos I did, I've been saying we don't want to fight this trend. You don't want to swim upstream. The trend is clearly higher. There's a lot of reasons for that, and they're valid. But we need, for the health of the market, we need to pull back here in order for the market to catch its breath and keep going. Again, next week's traditionally a bullish week, so, and then into the first week of the next year. So I'm not going to really make too much out of this today. It was, it was kind of like saved up all in one day. That's a little weird, but because typically, you get stuff like that, a little sideways action. But again, we've only got a week left, essentially a week left in the market this year. So again, that doesn't really freak me out too bad. We shall see. Again, there's a big gap to fill right here, but I do think we keep going higher. And what I had been targeting is initially it was 4,600, 4,700, 4,800. So I've got trades here and here. I had a 4,600 and I took it off because we left 4,600, and we were just going nothing but straight up. And I was even looking at 4,900. I even posted a trade today in the room for 4,900 lotto ticket. And if you can do a lotto ticket, this trade had a downside risk of $350 and an upside profit of about 14,000, I believe it was. So yeah, I'm willing to do that. It's a lotto ticket, right? May or may not work. That's at 4,900. This is not good for that, but if we can move 75 points down in a day, we can move 75 points up in a day, right? So again, that doesn't really, in the grand scheme of things, this is not that big a deal. I know a lot of people are waiting to buy the dip here because this thing had really kind of gotten ahead of itself and all that kind of stuff. So if we do pull back, I nibbled a little bit today, excuse me, as far as buying the dip. But I'm going to wait and see what we get tomorrow, see if we get follow through to the downside or we start to bounce. And I'm going to continue to target upside here. I believe at least for the next couple of weeks we got, we're going to have some upside. Again, everything depends, changes day by day based on what we see with news and events and data and the charts. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. I think, again, if we pull back, it would not be uncommon to pull back tomorrow, Friday, catch your breath, Monday's a holiday, and then kind of resume the upward trend, the rally into the end of the year next Friday. And if that's the case, and we do go down for a couple of days, I'd be looking at I'm already looking at 4,800 for the end of the year, possibly 4,900 after today. Could very well be 4,700. I keep mentioning the round numbers because that typically is what you get into the end of the year. The market likes those big round numbers. So we'll see. There's not much else to do until we see, how the market's going to react to all this tomorrow. We're going to hold here and bounce, or continue to the downside. And again, nobody knows, but we are in a good spot. The market, the S&P stopped at 4,700, the ES at 4,750. You see right there, 4,750, round number, right? And that's a good place for us to stop, catch our breath, start working our way back up here. So this doesn't change my bullish outlook, at least for the next couple of weeks. And then after that, we'll talk. Be sure and catch my videos, on Wednesday night. After the first or second week of the new year, we'll get a better idea of kind of what's going to happen. But for now, again, I'm a dip buyer, not a shorter. There's just too much momentum behind this market. So with that, let me wind it up, and I won't see you before Christmas, so have a very, very Merry Christmas. Have happy holidays, and hope this helps. And let's see what we get in the next couple of days, and then what we get for next week into the end of the year. So thanks for the time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me